So one thing is really popping into my mind, because in my job, like every day, especially on site when I visit the customer, I'm always in contact with the super executives like CFO, CTO, so these, very important people. And I'm also in contact with super skilled people like PhD, data scientists, and all these amazing people. And the world that I live in is very much detached. Um, I would say to these kind of topics, so feminine and, being in the present. So in my mind, I'm just like, okay, this is very far away from the world and the reality I live in right now. In my heart, I feel that this is right, but I feel that pursuing this, I will go very far from my, let's say, from my comfort zones, but not for me. But I feel that I would be very afraid of people judgment because I have visibility in my role. I'm a customer success account manager. I'm an account manager. So my customer and my enterprise, my company, sorry, sees me in my role, I'm that. So I can imagine that having any kind of presence online of any type, I don't know, speaking about this other content, it's really scary for me because I feel, the voice spreads really fast. So I can imagine colleagues and maybe customer noticing me speaking speaking about this stuff. So that's really scary. It's terrifying for me.
Yes, I
It's
hear
me.
you.
Okay. So, but I decided to stay in the present and, sometimes we take life too seriously. So I want to stay in the present, and for sure this will be a topic to address with you as well.
Yes. Well, what wisdom you're bringing through to stay in the present and
Yeah.
to not take life so seriously. I so understand where you are. Like, I just want you to really know that because I was a corporate marketing executive. I was so entrenched in the matrix in the corporate world. And even though this feminine high priestess, goddess, energy of the truth of who I am was always very, very real inside of me. I had covered that up and hidden it away. And, it has been layer upon layer upon layer of peeling away the crap that stood in the way of me experiencing my greatest aliveness and my greatest joy and my greatest purpose of what I have come here to do on the planet. And I know that this resonates because otherwise you wouldn't be sitting in my office.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. Indeed.
When
Yeah.
you first started speaking, what came forward for me, Stefania, is that there are more people than you realize that are more interested than you know in these types of conversations. And last night, I interviewed my sister, who is a CFO for a very big company. And she's gone on a couple of my women's retreats, and she took my program called Empower the Authentic You.
Yeah.
And so I'm redesigning the platform for it. And I've been asking her to give me a testimonial for a year. And she's just a busy CFO and she hasn't done it. So we jumped on Zoom together. I'm going to send you the link to what she said because Stefania, you are in the exact right time and place in the world to begin opening other people. And, this is something that we will definitely get into in our journey, but the world is our mirror. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the principles that we work with in spiritual psychology is that outer experience is a reflection of inner reality. And so the truth is, no one can judge you unless you're judging yourself. Yeah, deep breath, deep breath. So it's really unraveling the misunderstandings, the misinterpretations, the belief systems and the conditioning and the patterning that has led us to the life that we're in, right? The perfectionism and the not enoughness and the, all of that. And every day we get to choose how we're shaping the world we want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
We get to choose how we're shaping the world we want to live in. So it's like, I want to live in a world where we can have an open-hearted conversation about the mysteries of the universe and the powers of infinite creation and infinite possibilities and aliveness and vitality and joy and effervescence and fun and play and not taking it so seriously. So
Exactly.
in our linear world, we imagine that we're always trying to get to something,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I got to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the universal world, we have to come from it. We come from it.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to embody it and be whatever it is we want to have reflected back to us. And so this is why, like, I can polish the mirror and polish the mirror and polish the mirror, but that's not going to change what I see.
Mm-hmm.
I must turn my attention inward and I must confront the misunderstandings and the misinterpretations, the belief system that says you're only as good as your last P&L, or it's never enough and we have to do more and we have to do better. All of that is a misunderstanding, because once you have an experience of your divine magnificence, it changes everything.
Yeah.
And yes, and you have, and you know it, or you wouldn't be sitting here in my office again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a journey, Stefania, for sure. It is a journey. And you can make the journey in a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I really like gentleness and compassion and acceptance and deep understanding.
Yeah.
So those are the qualities that I fold into the hard questions, when I will ask you to confront
Mm-hmm.
these misunderstandings within yourself.
Mm. Yeah.
How does all this sound?
It's it's so beautiful, so powerful, and in this moment I'm very, very grateful. And I also resonate what you are saying. There's a lot of demand for that. I mean, we were the society where I live, for the reality I see at this moment in my life right now. I feel that the people, especially the women, wear a mask to fit, in this. But in reality, I can sense that there is so much interest and willingness to be able to listen and be inspired by these topics. And I feel it. I also follow this I want to share with you. It's just a
Yeah, yeah.
nice information. There is this girl that I follow on Instagram. An amazing singer from Brazil. She goes into these beautiful natural landscapes and sings a cappella, so only by voice, with the echoes of the nature, the mountains.
What is her name?
Alexia Evelyn. I want to share with you because it's really powerful. Let me share.
I have the chills already.
Yeah. And she released her first song, her own song. The name is Hold On. And Donna, I want to share with you, you will have the chills. It's about waking up all the women and sisters in the world and unite together. The song is crazy. Yesterday, I came back from the business trip and I just randomly heard the song and watched the video. And I said, I want to listen it every day because it's no doubt it's this. So I want to share with you. Maybe it can be nice also for you to.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. And I love that wisdom, listening to it every day, because I want to explain this to you without going into a whole thing, but you understand a little bit about vibration and frequency and
Yeah.
resonance.
Yeah.
You know, it's very similar to music. There's high notes and there's low notes. And Einstein taught us everything is energy. It cannot be created or destroyed. It just reinvents itself into a different expression. And so we are energy, and our consciousness is energy. And the thoughts that we have, every single thought that we have has a resonance. It has a frequency to it. So in our consciousness, we can have high thoughts, higher human thoughts, and we can have lower human thoughts. And Dr. David Hawkins, who wrote a book called Power versus Force, he created what's called the map of consciousness. And in his work, he proved through a modality called kinesiology that all of our emotions also have a vibratory frequency to them. So it's like, it kind of makes sense when you think about emotions that are lower frequency emotions, shame, guilt, hate, apathy. These are all heavy, dense. And if we've ever been depressed, we understand that heaviness, that density, and we feel the constriction and the pain of those heavier emotions. We also know if we've ever been in love, right? When we're in love, there's that lightness, there's that freedom, there's that expansion. Everything seems possible in the world, right? Well, the energy and the frequency of love is the energy and frequency of your true nature. That's the truth of you. And so when we live there, when we reside and rest and ground ourselves in that frequency, it's like being at a different floor. It's like we're not on the ground floor anymore. We're at the penthouse. And when you're at the penthouse, you're on that high floor, you see further. You see things differently. You see your whole life from your higher self, that higher place. And what you said before about like, oh, I take life too seriously and I need to like lighten up a little bit. This is exactly what happens, Stefania. When you get to that top floor of the penthouse, there's a lightness. And when you live there, then you vibrate there, then you come from there. You come from there and you automatically uplift everyone around you. It's the law. It is universal law,
Yeah.
natural law.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So it's like there's this magnetism that will exude from you. And it's in that magnetism that is a frequency, it is an energy, it is a
Mhm.
tangible. And
Mhm.
so that radiates out from you. And in that radiation, you uplift everyone around you. And people, like when I meet strangers, they just start telling me their secrets. They just start telling me their truths because there's that energy of loving, of compassion, of safety, of peace. So, what happens in the coaching journey, what happens when we choose intentionally and consciously to access that place inside of us is we have to begin peeling away and removing the lower energy frequency stuff,
Mm.
the pain, the trauma, the misunderstandings, the misinterpretations. We have to peel that away so that we expose more of the truth.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
A lot. A lot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Deep breath. Yeah, deep breath.
Mm.
You're in control of how fast or slow you go, you know?
Yeah.
Um, when we take a step out of our comfort zone and we step into that new unfamiliar place of possibility, we step into the unknown. That is the
Mhm.
unknown zone. And we step into that unknown zone and whoo, now our stuff comes up because we're out
Yeah.
of that familiarity. But here's what I want you to remember, that you have this innate wisdom. You have a knowingness. You have so much ability and capability. You are a young, smart, resourceful, ingenuitous. Is that a right word? Ingenuity. That's the word that
Mhm.
comes forward. Ingenuity, ingenuity. I don't know how you say it
Yeah, yeah,
right.
but I got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? Beautiful young woman. And this is the part that we underestimate, is that we forget that we have all of this stuff that lives inside of us that can support us through anything.
Mm. Yeah, it's true. And I also listened to your mini course, the free one that you suggested me.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially the second module when you spoke about all the scenarios, no? You started to picture that was, but anyway, really nice course when you spoke about the moment of resignation and the fact that you started to think about all the possible scenario and what if my partners is not the partner, the money and everything, but at the end none of this happened. That was
Yeah.
really really powerful. So
And
I
that's where you come. That was the fear
the
zone.
fear,
That was the
yeah,
fear
the fear
zone.
zone, exactly.
But you're doing the right thing, Stefania, because you said right when we got on this call today, like, I'm staying present.
Yeah.
I'm staying in the now. And this is such an amazing tool to support
Mhm.
ourselves, because that is where we align ourselves with our higher knowing. Our higher knowing is not in the future and it's not in the past. So when we start projecting, I call it dreaming up a drama. We
Mhm.
start dreaming up a drama, then we're screwed,
Mm.
because now we're going down the spiral of of shit. And then we get scared and we go run back into our corner and nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I feel we really need to work in exactly this direction. So everything that you also said today is 100% resonating with me. So yeah, looking forward to our journey together.